Yo, what's up?
Yo, what's up? I'm in the Camry. Dude, this thing is awesome. That Accord doesn't hold a candle to this.
What? No, my car is way better.
Thomas, what are you talking about? This has got a V6 in it. And super bold styling.
Okay.
And let me let you in on a little secret. Because it's a Camry, people respect it. I can park this wherever I want, and no one messes with it.
James? Take a look.
No, wait!
What an idiot! Oh, God, so dumb. You're watching Throttle House. I'm Thomas.
And I'm James.
And this is an Accord.
And this is a Camry. Mayonnaise, a morning stretch, rejection. There are some things in this world that you just become very familiar with. The Toyota Camry is one of them. Or, well, it was before it had quite the daring facelift by Toyota. Seen here in Ruby Flare Pearl, it's certainly no ordinary looking Camry. And in its trim we're testing today, it hides under its bonnet a 3.5 litre V6 with 301 horsepower and 267 pound-feet of torque. And before you start getting upset that the XSE has ruined the balance of your reliable sedan by becoming a menacing powerhouse, this thing still boasts a horde of safety features, and now finally has Apple CarPlay. Terms and conditions apply, Android Auto not included.
Other than having the bigger trunk and more executive-looking styling, the Accord also has a fuel-efficient but super torquey turbocharged motor, as well as a high-tech interior. And with Honda's well-known abilities to tune a sharp front-wheel drive car, the Accord is shaping up to be the more athletic of the two cars here today. So, let's see which one would get our money.
But before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so that you see our videos as soon as they come out. Also, if you want to see what we're filming before it goes live on YouTube, follow us on Instagram at The Throttle House.
All right, the Honda Accord. This car isn't exciting, but it is very, very good.
Okay, in the Camry, I like being a Toyota product because I like their emphasis on quality control. In fact, I read an article from a very reputable source. It was some vegetable website, I think it was called The Onion. And there was a recall on all 1993 Camrys because the owners should have bought something new by now. But more exciting than quality control is the fact that in this, we have a V6.
James's might have a V6, which is very nice. Honestly, it is very nice. But this has a version of the Honda Civic Type R's engine. It's a 2-liter turbocharged engine, which is very good on gas. And what it does is haul you very effectively, even in the higher gears. And there's a lot of gears. There's 10 speeds actually in this. I have paddle shifters and I have a sport mode, which I'll show you really quickly and get it out of the way, shifting through my 10 speeds. Here's what it doesn't do though. It doesn't let you rev out the gears to the red line. No matter what you do in manual mode, it will stop at 6 every single time, which I don't like. However, the shifts are quite quick and it does have a very significant amount of torque. This has less horsepower than that Camry, but it has more torque.
So this thing has more horsepower than the Accord, and because of the V6, it delivers it in a smooth, creamy fashion. And that's mated to the 8-speed transmission, unlike the ridiculous 10 speeds in that Accord.
All right, since this is not a sports car review, I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but I'll tell you what this car is like in the corners. The turn-in is actually very good. The steering has a really good heavy off-center feel that Honda's doing very well right now. It controls its mass very well in the corners, and it holds the road very, very effectively. I'm actually very impressed by the way this car handles for a very long wheelbase front-wheel drive car. It isn't exciting or aggressively dynamic, but it is very, very confident. You can huck this thing around an on-ramp and your whole family would just be in the back on their phones. It doesn't make any difference. It's easy to drive. Very, very easy to drive.
Okay, so normally Honda has the edge in sport, but let's see what Toyota's got. Sport mode, paddle shifters, taking it around some corners, which is about 5% of what Camrys will all see. It feels pretty good, honestly. There's a bit of body roll, but the steering feels accurate. I'm not super destroyed by the front wheel drive. It's a bit of understeer. Honestly, like, steering's great in this car. Perfectly acceptable for a Camry, honestly. The weight's good, it feels accurate. The aggressive back road cornering is not Camry's marker, so I'm not too worried about that. It does it perfectly well enough. The key to the Camry is refinement. And given how refined and big it is, it's not even slow. This thing beats an 86.25 mile, and it's faster than the fastest Mustang produced in 1995.
Now, let's focus on the comfort aspect of this car. James's Camry is very sophisticated and refined because of the V6. But when you're just cruising around in comfort mode, I have a little bit of a dullness down low in terms of the engine, but it does start to pull very smoothly and very effectively. The car does stuff in the background to keep you comfortable in a really nice way. The ride in comfort mode is maybe a little bit stiff, but it is actually totally fine for everyday use.
But back to the way this car just drives down the road and moves, it's very smooth, it's Lexus-like. The road noise is fine, like at highway speeds I can have a normal conversation. And I'm a huge fan of the driving position. I've got my armrest here that I can lean in, I can put my elbow here, even though this is slightly hard material. Steering wheel feels good, and the seats are very comfortable and supportive for those long drives.
Now, one thing that I was not super impressed with was it seems like there's a lot of tire noise coming through, no matter what road surface I'm on. It's so hard for guys like us to tell without like a thing that measures sound levels to tell if one car is louder than another, but to me it feels like the interior of this could be a little bit quieter than it is.
I do have some assists. I have the adaptive cruise control in this is super smooth. Sometimes you get in a car and the adaptive cruise control is like, there's a car in front of you! And it's really annoying. This car is super smooth. However, the lane keep assist in this is not nearly what lane keep assist is in most systems that I've been driving recently. Most systems will keep you in between the two lanes and basically take a hold of the wheel. This waits until you go over the line and then kind of just knocks you back in, and it's not reassuring at all. It's just a glorified lane departure warning, honestly.
So this has adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist. James's Camry doesn't have true lane keep assist. I'm sure he's told you about that. Now this is a very effective system. I actually really, really like it. I go to set, I pick my speed, I turn the driving assist on, and it will keep me in my lane and match the car distance in front of me however I set it. And it is very relaxing to drive long distances.
V6, better in every way.
No, Jesus had one of these.
Jesus.
Jesus, he did. It's right there in the book of John. For I did not speak of my own accord.
Moving on, swiftly.
Styling, okay. I like the front end of this better, not because I chose it today, but just because it is better. This is like this cool chrome thing, it's simple. There's too much going on.
Look, this is the first time Toyota's been bold in a while. I'm not gonna.
And I'm going to pat them on their little head.
I'm gonna pat them.
It is way too busy. I don't like the front end. Are there fake vents on here, James?
In places, yeah.
Yeah, like where? Like here and there and
here
in the back?
and there. Everyone's got fake vents. You got any fake vents?
That's real. What's up? Back end?
Anyway,
Back
Toyota
end?
are doing great stuff right now.
No.
The RAV4 looks sick. The Corolla hatchback looks sick. This is cool. It's different. The Camry was so boring before
This is subtle and classy, and it looks like it has a long wheelbase from the side. I really like that.
The side profile of this looks meaty. It looks, I honestly, it looks a bit like an Alpha.
Sure, it's fine. I'm not a huge fan of the way this car is styled, but it's, I guess, the taillights are very, very cool.
The taillights look cool, and these fake vents from a distance look cool. They make the lines look good. It's annoying that they're fake.
Yeah, but they're fake. Toyota's got a thing about
Do you have
fake
a
vents.
spoiler?
No.
No. Reach 80 kilometers an hour in this, and you were up in the air. There's no downforce.
Because I don't have enough downforce.
No downforce. Car's going flying.
That's what it is. Let's do the interior of this.
Okay. Welcome to the Camry. All right, it's simple. I'll give you that, but it's artsy. Look at this flowing line.
I do like that line very
Right.
much. This leather, that's nice. Seats are nice and comfortable, actually. I do like them.
They are, yeah.
The steering wheel, though, is exactly the same in the RAV4 and every other Toyota. I
And
think.
it's not heated. I don't know why. Why wouldn't you make it heated?
Is it not, James? Oh, that's too bad.
Hurts. I think that's a preview for later. I have a weird, nice thing that I like about this car.
Oh, here we go. Okay, show me this.
I can leave this wherever I put it.
James Engelsman called me the other day to tell me about this armrest. He literally is like, you don't even know. It stays wherever you put it.
I've never had this much autonomy and control in my life, and I enjoy it. You know.
Okay. Anyway, gauge cluster looks exactly like the Maxima we were just in, actually.
It's intuitive though. Like I can scroll through.
Okay.
You know.
Those graphics are pretty good. I do like that.
And it's got the driving support thing, which, as I said before, is not as good as I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
But Yeah, otherwise everything is it just delivers.
A little bit of piano black here, but this looks cool.
Yeah, that's where you touch things as well. This has the upgraded JBL sound system, which
Is
is
it
good. The bass is good. It's been a bit trebly,
Oh, okay.
but other than that,
How's the infotainment? We got hard buttons, which is nice.
the
and a hard
infotainment
volume
lets
knob.
this down a bit, I think.
Oh, really?
Big announcement.
Okay.
This has Apple CarPlay for the first time.
Cha-ching.
2018 didn't get it.
Nice.
It doesn't have Android Auto yet though, because Toyota is still
Doing dealings.
anti-Android Auto. But it has Amazon Alexa, which I don't know if anyone uses in the car.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
But yeah, and I got some cool 3D views here. Oh, look at that.
I can see my tripod.
Yeah, you could see a mouse if you wanted to. And then if you go into this mode, it looks a bit like BMW's 360. This is like the RuneScape version. It's not so.
It looks a bit like BMW's 360. It's not quite on par. That right there looks like something out of MS-DOS, those words.
I want to press play again. What if it's just the same movie every time and it's nothing to do with where you are? This is where you could be right now if you took a Sunwing vacation.
Okay, otherwise, at least it has that. That's nice. Okay, back seats. Let's both get in the back seats and see what they're like.
All right. That is spacious.
I do have
That's
a-
my driving position.
You have literally a foot
in
front of your knees.
A foot.
And I actually have this seat all the way reclined, and I still have knee room.
But
Comfortable. I have headroom.
But no heated seats.
No heated seats back here. Oh, too bad. Too bad. Nice
Yeah.
though.
That's
That's
nice.
good.
Headroom. I'm 5'10", and Thomas is 5'10".
10 pretty much was exactly right. Yeah.
5'10".
And like my hair is brushing the ceiling. but-
Brushing, yeah. So if you're 6 foot, maybe not so good.
yeah.
Panoramic sunroof, which
can
you
see-
can't get in that.
No, that's too bad. You do have a very nice sunroof.
Very nice. It makes the cabin feel very
It
spacious.
does, yeah, absolutely. Okay, anything else we need to talk about this? Not really.
No,
Accord?
Yeah. All right. I actually really like this cabin.
See?
Yeah,
it's
it's nice.
really clean, really
It's
nice.
nice. No
good
panoramic
design.
sunroof,
I
but,
know. But what I do have is heated seats in the back.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a heated steering wheel on
Right.
this trim. I have heated and cooled seats,
Yeah, I only have heated seats in that one.
right? And I have this very nice, albeit probably fake, wood trim.
And you have a coffee maker.
I'm sorry, what?
It's an espresso.
That's so I can tap my phone and pair. Yeah, it stands for like, I don't remember what it stands for. I'll put the words right up here, but I can't remember.
So it doesn't do coffee.
It doesn't do, sadly, no. I would like
Minus
it.
1 point.
Okay, the infotainment, let's start with this. First of all, I don't like that it's stuck on. Everything else about it is perfect.
I think it looks fine stuck on.
Right?
Like, there are
Home-
stuck on ones where it's like fully on top.
This
At
is
least this is.
super intuitive, super basic,
Yeah,
everything that
that's
I
nicer.
need, right? It's very fast. I have a physical volume knob.
a
It's
great
just
song.
good. It's really, really well done. Things that I don't like, gear selector. This is right out of the Acuras.
Yeah, we had that in the TLX.
Nope,
I
don't
get
like.
used to it. I get used to it.
You know what you can't do though, is differentiate when you're pushing your finger down, which is D and which is N.
Yes, you can.
But they're not close enough for me to just go boom. You know, like when you have a stick, you just go like boom, boom in reverse.
That's user error. That's Thomas.
It's so annoying. I just want to give me a
Steering
stick.
wheel looks very similar.
The steering wheel
to the Camry.
Yeah, but it's maybe a little
There's
bit.
a weird alien button there. I don't know what that.
That is the heated
It
steering
looks
wheel
like a
button.
steering wheel. Oh,
Okay, now gauge cluster, very, very nice. It is half digital, half not. And I can easily.
Why?
This is because I can adjust that side. Watch, home button right here, super intuitive.
But why
to
didn't
figure
they
this
just
out.
do the whole thing?
It's a great question. I have no idea. But we
hit
have.
5 o'clock. Hit 5 o'clock at the Honda offices.
They're like, only half.
Done, yeah.
Only half is fine. Okay, push sport button. Watch here. How cool is that?
Ooh.
Right? Digital, and I can change it to whatever I want. I also have a heads-up display. Do you have a heads-up display?
I do. It's very
Okay,
nice. Yeah.
This is nice too, is I can adjust it from my steering wheel right here. I push HUD, and I can adjust everything I want. I can get a cool little tachometer, gauge whatever I need.
I
Right?
can't see that from here, so I'm just going to pretend that you're watching cartoons on the HUD.
Anyway, the seats are really comfortable.
These are very nice.
Now, the one huge issue with the interior of this car is. Oh, do you want to check that for a second? Let go.
Even does it better.
I was saving that.
Oh, no.
Okay. This piece right here digs into your knee
As you drive.
as you drive, no matter where you are. So, like, as a human being, I will slouch a little bit. And
Yeah.
No matter if I put there's padding down here, which is fine.
I guess I'll feel that when I drive in a minute.
But I hit my knee when I get in a comfortable position. It just digs into the top of my knee. That is a very poor design. I do not like that at all, and it almost makes the entire driving experience uncomfortable. That's a bit of a
This wood looks good, but it doesn't feel
no. It doesn't.
good.
It just feels super smooth, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, the rest of this interior is very intuitive, but we should check the back seats.
All right. All right. A little bit more headroom.
But like barely though.
Barely,
It's like
very
pretty
similar.
much the same.
Very similar.
I have a colossal amount of legroom.
It's similar, right? It's
Heated
like a foot.
seats.
Oh, the heated seats.
Yes.
Yeah, on a day like today where it's allegedly spring,
Yeah.
but it's snowing, heated seats are nice.
It's true.
You have memory seats. Do I have memory seats?
You have to have memory seats. I'm gonna stay right here.
Ow! What he says he's a loser.
I'm not sure you do. I
don't
don't
think
see
I have
them.
Memory seats. Am I about to eat a piece of humble pie?
I don't think you have them.
I can't even rest on the fact that I can move the
The armrest and have it hold the same spot. Can I drive that now?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, in the Accord, sport mode. Honda's a crazy sporty Civic Type R engine. It pulls pretty well, actually. That's pretty impressive, considering it's just the 2-litre and that this is a giant car.
All right, in the Camry. Ooh, this is nice. Yeah, it just like the driving position is way higher. It feels very different actually, but the ride is better. The engine is smoother. This is a really nice car.
All right, first impressions. This is a much lower driving position than that Camry can even get to. All right, visibility feels very similar in here. Obviously, you haven't got the big sunroof, which I miss. Still have a sunroof though. Seats are very comfortable. Oh, these headrests are cushy. The ride does seem a little bit firmer in this than the Camry. But in a way, it's more communicative. However, I live in the city and I'm not sure I want that for a car like this. No, honestly, this feels very put together. The engine feels pretty good. Like the 2-litre doesn't seem like such an issue, and obviously the fuel economy makes up for that anyway. Although the Camry has like a 52 mile per gallon hybrid version, which I'd be curious to try, because if you don't lose much driving experience from that, that's crazy, crazy economy.
Steering is actually good around the corners. I don't mind that at all. Okay, let's talk about the engine. So it is a proper naturally aspirated V6. We don't get these that often anymore. Feels so much nicer than turbocharged sometimes. It just is. I know there's not the low down torque, but it's just smoother and nicer. Here's the best part. Pulling away. Yep. Very, very smooth, very nice. It's a very creamy engine. That makes this car feel more sophisticated. That and the fact that the ride is definitely better, definitely smoother, better damping, better body insulation. Really, really nice.
Okay, based on the merit of what I would want these cars to do and what I'd want out of these cars, I think the smoothness and the refinement in the ride and the engine of the Camry would win it over for me. There are lots of things I like about this. In fact, I think I prefer the cabin of this, and the exterior almost looks like Audi A7 like in the Accord. But the Camry, just that ride. But I think because the Camry has that V6, it's so smooth, the engine. I'm also a little bit frustrated with the 2-litre 4-cylinder cars all the time. Also, and I said this when we reviewed the Corolla as well, Toyota put such an inordinate amount of spend on quality control. And for that reason, I think I would take the Camry.
There's quite a few cars in this class to choose from, actually. Like, I've driven the Mazda 6, we just drove the Maxima, I've driven the Accord. This is probably the most refined feeling. However, I think that I would choose the Accord overall, just because the interior is more intuitive, it looks newer and nicer, the exterior looks more sophisticated, and it's a little bit more sporty. And even though I wouldn't buy one of these cars for athleticism, I think that I would still take the Accord just because it's a little bit more fun to drive. Every once in a while, you kind of want to chuck it around a corner, and it feels a little bit more sharp. And that's kind of my thing.
So the Accord is a bit more of a driver's car, and you can get it in a manual, but the Camry is the refined cruiser. In the end, it comes down to preference, because both of these manufacturers have proven over and over that they can make a car last.